Welcome back. Now let's talk about the key. The key is two things. It is first the way that you organize the symbols that you use within your bullet journal, but it is also the place where you gather the major motivators for you within the bullet journal. So what do I mean by that? As you're going to see in a moment, there are symbols that you'll be using in the bullet journal to designate tasks and what's happening to them. So as I've mentioned, bullet journaling is a way to not lose anything, to capture all of your ideas, and to make sure things move forward. The symbols that are in the key help you with that. They help you stay organized, but they also help you know exactly what's happening. So in a second, I'm going to show you my key and actually migrate my key from my old bullet journal to this new one that I'm starting and explain a little bit about the symbols. The most important thing, or the key thing, is the dot. So the dot is the task delineator. The dot, the period, the bullet point, whatever you want to call it, should not remain a dot for long. A dot represents a task, and if it remains a dot without another marker for very long, that means that you are missing it, that it's not that important, that something needs to happen. So I'd really like for you to pay attention to the key, but also think about how you want to use the key. In the description for this module, I do include the key that I use and I describe what each symbol means. Look at that, and also look in the description for a few other examples of keys from other bullet journalers. All right, let's get into it.
The key should go in the front of your bullet journal, and it's up to you if you are going to create your own or use the traditional symbols that come with the bullet journal. So a key should include the task symbol, a completed symbol, the delegated or migrated symbols, so you can see the little arrows going back and forth, a slash through, which means this is no longer relevant or needed, event symbols, note symbols, etc. Now I use a few extra symbols, so what you can see me doing here is actually migrating, and migration is an important word, migrating from my old bullet journal a couple other symbols that are part of the key. So the one I just created is for an appointment. And now I'm doing one that is a halfway mark, and so that means I'm waiting for something. So you can see that full X means this is done, but the half mark means I'm waiting for something. So I took action, but I need somebody to reply to me or do something else before it is totally complete. I draw a little man. I like to keep track of new people I meet in quote symbols because I like to jot down quotes and keep track of quotations from reading or movies or anything like that. So the key can be anything that you want it to be. It's really up to you what you want to track. But I definitely suggest the task symbols, the migration symbols, and the completion symbols or crossing out. So really those first standard ones that you can see on this page. If you don't have the standard bullet journal, if you just bought a notebook that you yourself are going to be using, then as you create your key, I really suggest at least those first ones. Now, what I'm doing currently is just making my key a little bit more permanent. Since the key is so critical to migrating and navigating throughout your bullet journal, I just go ahead and complete them in pen, even though the rest of my bullet journal will be kept in pencil. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish this up here, and then we will move forward.
So as you can see, the key can be quite simple. It's not meant to be complicated. You shouldn't have a lot of symbols. Again, bullet journaling works because it's simple and straightforward. But it is important for you to know what the key is and what you want to be in your key so that you can be successful. So now that we've set up your key, let's go ahead and start setting up your index.